going to start the questions to our coach. Here to the right, Eduardo. Good afternoon, Ruben. The game in Alvalade ended with Sporting winning, and with Tottenham having a lot of respect towards your team, even in a defensive manner. But if Tottenham wins this match, they will automatically go to the next stage. So what Tottenham do you expect? Also, you bring Coates despite his physical issues. Can he be part of the starting team? Well, maybe Coates can play from the beginning, but we're always going to pay special attention regarding the time of play. Like we said, he didn't do a pre-season, so we need to keep him healthy at least until international matches. Also now regarding Tottenham, if they win, they will go to the next stage, and we also need to win this match. I think both teams showed a lot of respect towards each other in that first game. Now they know each other a little better. Although Tottenham, because of some injuries, they might present themselves with a slightly different team. But that's what I expect from any match, and we need to see how we'll match better against a different opponent, and knowing that tomorrow's result will be more decisive than the one of the first leg. Good evening, Ruben. Right, regarding the statements of the President Francisco Varandas, how do you feel about listening those words of trust for your work? Second question about Paulinho. He started very well against Casa Pia, so we will be in the starting 11, or is he just playing very well this role of being like a secret weapon, not only against Casa Pia but also against Tottenham? Well, Paulinho did something that a lot of others did in previous matches, which was come into the game and be decisive. We don't have an 11 starting team fixed, so anyone can be part of that team. But Paulinho is always going to be an option to start from the beginning. But he had an injury, so we need to do like this natural rotation of players. But Paulinho will be an option to start from the beginning. Regarding the words of the president, it brings me happiness to know that someone trusts our work. But this obviously depends a lot on the results. Whatever happened in the past doesn't matter anymore, so we'll look into the future. So I see this with happiness, but also with something being natural. When you arrived at Sporting 2.5 years ago, you picked up a team that not a lot of people believed in. But now you see a team that can win titles and compete at the highest level. Now again, we have a bit of a turmoiled times. So how do you compare the work that you had to do in the beginning when you arrived at Sporting, and now the work you need to do when things aren't going as well as you expected? So I think it's a completely different scenario. Where you look at one squad and at another squad, and now you see a lot more future. We see a completely different club in financial terms and with different means. A different club when it comes to its structure within our A team and our youth team. So obviously in the stadium with these results, I felt a bit more of that atmosphere of the past, but that has to do also with results. So we can't compare both times. For example, I understand that the club will need to do the same that we did the very first season to keep our young players and make them into big players and to build the future. Right now we're like 3 points away from a Champions League position in the table. So Sporting knows what we need to do. So we are miles away from when we were when I arrived at the club. So we're on the right path. So the only thing that might be similar is the name of losses, because this team has an identity that previous team did not have in any way. So we have a squad of players that can't be compared to that previous one. So and the structure of the club and the relationship between the technical team and the club itself. So I don't see any similarities between these two periods. I just feel that we have to do the same again, and we'll have to look into it at the end of the season.
There's been a lot of talk over this past week about Cristiano Ronaldo, somebody who used to play with Portugal, and about him potentially leaving Man United. Is he somebody that you'd like to work with again? And do you think it's inevitable that one day he'll play for Sporting Lisbon again?
I don't know. Ronaldo is a top player. He's a Manchester United player. Everybody in Sporting dream the return of Cristiano. So I don't want to speak about that. He's a Manchester United player. So he's a top player. I think he will be for a few months.
Hi Ruben. With Marcus Edwards returning to his home country tomorrow, how big an opportunity is this for him to show, the country and Gareth Southgate how good a player he is? And then also, were you surprised Tottenham let him go in the first place?
Em relação ao Marcos,
In relation to Marcus, is a player with a lot of talent, and everyone in England was saying the same. The ex-coach said that he had something a bit of like Messi. So he went to a team in Portugal, developed, went to play for one of the big teams in Portugal. He's playing in the Champions League. He's maturing, something that comes with age. He's a more mature player. I think he can still improve a lot. He's got the talent, but can still improve when it comes to his training, schedules, keep up that high level daily, not only in matches, but in his daily life when it comes to being a football professional. But he's a happy kid. He's happy at the club. He's got a special relationship with Fatawi, and for example, that helps players develop daily. So he still has a lot to give and a lot to improve, but I see a very happy future for Marcus Edwards. No, because this happens with several players. Coaches and Sporting don't have to get everything right every time. And some players are not at that level. That don't mean just the talent, not that talent to play in big clubs. This happened with Nuno Santos and Marcus Edwards in our team. What they have to do is leave their comfort zone, go to a different country, face a different reality. Now he's coming back. He's still very young. So I'm not surprised with this happening. This has happened with João Felix when he left Porto to go to Benfica. Coaches evaluate the moment. And he looked at Marcus, thought he had a lot of talent, but that it still need to improve to get to a top player. He's now to get to a top club. He's now in the top club. He needs to be a bit more. He needs to be a bit more regular with his play, but I haven't seen anything special about him being released when he was. So we're in London, in England, the dream of many coaches to coach in England. Your name's been associated with many English clubs. Is that one of your goals? I don't have any particular dream about coaching any specific club. I'm happy. Well, I want to be involved in big championships, but I like to just spread my identity towards my players, that my team represents what I am as a coach. I'm still young and I'm in a big club, and I really like this uncertainty of not knowing what comes tomorrow. It might be a goal, but I'm not making any plans about what am I gonna follow in my future. I just want to win against Tottenham and take it from there. I just want to be a coach and be in the team I identify myself with.
Just coming back to Cristiano Ronaldo, if Sporting were to say go in for him in January, would you support that? Would you love to have him at the club? And would that fit with the sort of philosophy that you have right now at Sporting with a lot of young players? Would you welcome a character of Cristiano Ronaldo's caliber at Sporting in the second half of the season?
I'm going to respond the same way because a lot of journalists in Portugal ask me that question a lot. So he's a Manchester United player. Everybody in Sporting dream with the return of Cristiano, but we don't have the money to pay his wages. I think he's happy in Manchester, but he's not playing. So that's the problem. But
can I ask you about that? What do you think about that situation right now? He's been suspended for one match. Do you have any thoughts on that?
I had my problems with some of Sporting players, so it's Ten Hag problem. I'm very happy with my players, no problem at all at the moment. So I just want to beat Tottenham.
Can I ask
Obrigado.
one?
Thank you.
Thank you.